Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this is actually going to be a part 2 bonus general message. So first off, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Right now I'm doing a prize giveaway every single day on the bonus general message. And each day I tell you who the winner was from the previous day. So although if you watched part 1, you already heard who the winner was of yesterday's prize. It was the choker necklace that had the little angel hearts and wings. That was going to Delinda Whitman Natural Roots Roost. So I just wanted to reiterate that in this part 2 also, just in case you didn't hear that. But because I'm doing a part 2, I also wanted to do one other prize giveaway. So I really love this particular black serpent ring. So I thought, hey, why don't I give away the twinsy of it? So if you would like to enter to win the black serpent ring, just go ahead and write serpent. Also, make sure that you watch part 1 if you would like to enter to win for the prize, because it's a black rose necklace for part 1. But you'll have to enter to win here and there, right? Because it's 2 different prizes, 2 different videos. So there you have it. If you want to enter, like I say, just tell me that you want the black serpent, and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and that gets you entered to win, okay? And tomorrow in the bonus general message, I will tell you who both of those prize winners are. So for part 1, if you already watched it, then you kind of know it was heavily leaning toward the storyline of a person who'd been like out on a battlefield, and they are finally done being on that battlefield, and they are coming back and basically thawing out the heart of a Queen of Cups. But here's the thing. While they were gone, what happened to that Queen of Cups? We didn't see anything about her story. So that's what this is going to focus on. Let's see. Also, in the description box, I will put the link for part 1. So it doesn't matter if you're watching this part 1 or part 2, in which order, right? Because it's 2 different people's energy flow. So our queen, her first card out is prosperity. So she's actually had a ton of really wonderful turns of event in her life, all having to do with maybe she's become a successful business owner. Maybe she's had like fame and fortune come her way. Maybe she's placed, I feel like she was gifted kind of an opportunity of the lifetime. Maybe not gifted, okay? This is still someone who has to work. If we're going to grow wheat, it's going to require a lot of work, right? You got to plow the fields, you got to plant the wheat, you got to harvest the wheat. There's a lot that goes into it. But the bottom line is she has had success. So in the time frame that person who was out on the battlefield has been gone, she's been busy and she's been successful. For her, we have a 2 of coins going to a 3 of coins. The Lovers going to the Chariot. Okay, so on her side of life, she has basically stepped right into whatever her, I'll say, divine calling has been. Something that suited her really well. Something where she found balance and harmony and used that balance and harmony to work in cooperation with others. So her prosperity has come from interacting with others. She didn't isolate herself while that person was gone. She didn't, decide that, I guess I walked through this world alone. She focused on abundance and she focused on collaboration. So she may be in a place in her life where it's like she's integrated into a big company, integrated into a successful business with other individuals, or she may have built a business where she has a lot of patrons, or just a lot of support is what it looks like, and a lot of success. It's balancing things out in her life. This maybe is how she balanced out everything that she went through on her end of things. While they were away, she focused on balance. Now, they had this card as well, by the way. But with the Lover's card and the Chariot, I feel as if while they've been away, she has tried to move on from them. She has actively attempted to say, I need to choose someone else and move on from this. Again, it's about choice, and again, it's about balance and forward growth. So she took charge of her life and said, what can I do to improve my circumstances? I can create balance. How did she feel about them? Did she feel about them when this person was not around? The 2 of Wands to the 3 of Wands, the 4 of Coins to the 5 of Coins, and the Queen of Wands to the King of Wands. Well, actually, she, although she was very lonely, and although she stopped reaching out to them, she never stopped thinking that they were coming back in. She always assumed that at some point they were probably going to show back up in her future, or if not them, someone better. It was always like, this isn't going to happen now. I know that this isn't happening now. So somehow she either intuitively knew what was going on or suspected they were gone for a reason. Maybe they actually had the courtesy to tell her what was going on. I don't know about that. We'll check on that in just a minute. But there was definitely a sense of loneliness, a sense of loss. And I feel like the memory of them dominated her mind always, but she stopped reaching out to them. It was almost like the only thing that will ever work is if one day they come back and pursue me. Until then, this castle, she might have said, this is the person that would have been my power couple. They're the other half of, I'm the empress, they would be my emperor. Because she has this this model of a palace, right? A very grand palace, but it's only a model, meaning they never got to build this. She's been a queen all this time and she knows it. But she also says the only way this palace becomes something real and not just a model, not just an idea in my mind, not just the architecture, like blueprints for it. But the only way this can happen is if they come in, they take charge and they make this, they build this with me or even for me. I mean, a Queen of Wands is pretty good about saying, what are you bringing to me? She's not going to lift a finger and do it on her own so that then they can show back up and be in her wonderful castle. So she's made her own life successful, but it's her reputation she's built. It's her abundance. Everything she's done is hers. She won't be sharing that abundance with them. They would have to come back in and they would have to build an empire with her. But what she's created for herself is not theirs. And I think that that's an important note to make. She found balance in her life, and she said, if someday in the future they balance their own life also, then maybe we can talk. But until then, yes, they dominated her mind. And she imagined that they sat there and were not doing a whole lot all this time. So she has had a feeling of maybe abandonment while still having them heavily on her mind. Yet all the while, she always thought this could come back around. But again, with these stipulations that this amazing palace that we could have built together, I will not be building it for you, and then you just get to waltz in later. I won't touch it. You would have to show up, and then you would have to put in a lot of the heavy lifting to get this thing off the ground. But she thought about it a lot. That's what it looks like. Did she know what was going on with this person? She, he, I don't actually read for genders, but because we left that story off with a queen, that's who had shown up as a Queen of Cups. That's why I'm approaching this story and referring to it as a her. But gender roles could be swapped, could be same sex, doesn't matter. So did she know any of this? We have a King of Wands going to the Page of Wands. The Death card to the Temperance card. The Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords. The Hierophant to the Lovers. Did she know where they were, that they were on some battlefield? She knew that a king suddenly flattened out to being nothing but a page. So that's a pretty obvious, someone had zero power over their own life. In her mind, this amazing king that could have been her other half of a power couple shrunk down to a little kid. She knew that this person had no power over their own life because that's not the way they would behave. She might have even assumed that they were basically being treated like a kid. Like, do you see this person is walking along with their child in hand? I feel as if, and I don't think that it was like she assumed that this person needed to make decisions for their child. I think in her mind, they went from this amazing king to someone who was just a kid. Especially when we couple it with the Death card to the Temperance. And it was like, unless they can stand up and be who I would need them to be, they can't be with me anyway. I wouldn't choose someone whose life is not their own. I can't have that because I'm a queen. They have to show up and be my real mate. I don't step down from my throne to, deal with them when they're not in a powerful position. Never does a queen step down, 4 notches and go to being a page. A queen wouldn't do that. A king shouldn't do that, but it's like she already saw their loss of personal power, and she knew that ends things, because I can't be with someone who doesn't have personal power. So until they get balanced and become that phoenix rising, where they rise back up from the ashes and they are in full-fledged king mode again, this ain't happening. So I feel like she simply witnessed them in her eyes. I do think that they lost power in her eyes, but I don't feel like she was like, oh wow, now I'm embarrassed of this person. It's not like that. It's more like, I can see that this person's life was not their own. Someone is taking them by the hand and telling them what they need to do. Now, maybe this person did have a child or something that they were obligated to be there for. Maybe she understood that part. But regardless, my interpretation is still, this person's life was not their own. And if they cannot act as a king, if they're going to act as a page, this is over. So in her mind, it didn't matter what their reason was. They weren't operating off of what they truly wanted, then you're not my person. And I think she actually, I asked, did she know what was going on with them? She knew that they didn't have personal power. And so in her mind, it's all she wrote. We're not doing this. You have to get yourself balanced, and I can't balance you. I can't prop you up. I can't rush in and rescue you. You have to find your own footing, stand up and be your own person, be that phoenix who rises from the ashes. Then we can talk again. So with the Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords, I do feel like, you notice this is normally a card of somebody who, like, they go seeking information, right? This is the spy of the deck. But you notice that this person is touching their abdomen and touching their kind of like third eye, forehead area. This is a situation where she basically just, in her gut and in her mind's eye, she basically said, I know what's going on. I know that this person is not allowed to come toward me, because truthfully, I would not permit them to come toward me until they can be a king. So somehow she figured this out, and she didn't figure it out by spying. She figured it out by simply saying, when I look at someone's actions, what does it tell me? It tells me that maybe she knew, she always knew, like, I know you love me. I know that we're a match, but you're not around. And it's not because you don't love me. So that means there's something else that is pulling you away. And that means it wouldn't be through choice if I really believe that you love me. So that means you don't have your own power. And as tough as it may sound, I can't have you in my life unless you have your own power, because I cannot step down and be less than what I'm supposed to be in order to match you. That won't work. So I feel like she just simply said, I can figure out pretty simply that if you aren't pursuing what you should be pursuing with all the gusto, because I'm a catch, if you are not hunting me down like a bloodhound to come get me before someone else does, it's because you're tangled up someplace else. Then boy, you can't have this. You don't get all this yum yum, all this good. So you better hurry up. You better hurry up, because I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be married, and I'm going to be married to somebody amazing. And if it ain't you, it's going to be somebody else. So you best hurry up. I feel like that's the kind of like just internal thought process that she had. I feel like this is a queen who is loving, who is straightforward, who is also straightforward with herself. You notice she keeps coming up as this Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands says, I don't take less than what I deserve. You have to give me what I deserve. And you better hurry, because someone else will give me what I deserve. Do I hope it's you? Oh God, yeah, I hope it's you. But if it can't be you, it will be somebody else. And you better hurry. There's something here about time for her as well. And I say that because this Knight of Swords says, hurry it up. She sent out that, like, I'll only wait till such an amount of time, or simply like, I know that I'm going to end up married. I know that it's coming. So, and whomever it's supposed to be, she feels like a very intuitive individual. This is someone, it doesn't have to be about marriage, but this is a hand fasting ceremony between lovers. With this Hierophant card, it is a card of marriage. And the fact that she's saying, it's like she sent this information out. You see all the birds here? It's as if she understood where they were at, and she also understood that she sent a message right back to them that said, I know that there's something approaching me that will be my great love. And it may or may not be you. It depends on what you do. So do what you need to do to tidy up your life fast, because I'm going to end up married soon, which is a crazy thing to say, because this is like somebody who's just, it's like she senses it's coming. But she's open to the idea that it may not be them because they have to get their act straightened up. Interesting. I mean, this is a very powerful queen. This is not a queen who's been sitting around moping and crying at all. So we have the moon going to the sun, and we have the 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. It's interesting because, as much as I've just described, this queen has not been sitting around moping and crying. Do you know what? This queen wants them to come in like a freaking hero, scoop her up, and protect this relationship and make everything all right. Make me not hurt over this. Make me love you again. Show me that you are the person that I can love. Show me that you are the person I can trust. Show me that you're the one who can make me feel protected and safe. She's not a damsel in distress. This queen is anything but. However, when it comes to matters of the heart, she's pretty much like, you better be coming in as a hero or nothing. And I feel like, especially with the moon to the sun, first off, this is a very divine connection. Divine masculine, divine feminine. As strong as this feminine, this feminine is like a warrior princess, right? She's a true queen, a queen who, rides out to a battlefield herself and doesn't shirk responsibility and isn't afraid of a battle of life, right? That's why she handles herself like a boss. But it does not mean that she does not want her equal counterpart, and it does not mean that she doesn't want someone who, because she's been hurt. We saw that 5 of Pentacles. A queen doesn't let herself get destroyed by it, but it does not mean that it isn't agonizing. So it's like you have to come in and you have to be the best version of yourself, and you have to be the version of yourself where I can believe that you are here to scoop up the broken pieces of what you messed up with me. And I will let you do that. I will allow you to fix what you broke with me, but it will be you who has to do it. And I want you to do it. I want to allow you to be that mate. I want to allow you to be my counterpart. But first you have to understand you've got things with me that you have to fix, that you broke. And I just feel like this is a queen who is so powerful, so sure of herself, and yet delicate enough, maybe feminine enough to want her counterpart. Now, remember, I'm not actually dealing with genders, but the masculine and feminine dynamic is like that perfect harmony. The sun and the moon are the masculine and feminine. Feminine is the receptive, the moon energy. The masculine is the sun, the action taking. She wants to receive every ounce of energy and attention they've got. She wants them to scoop her up in their arms and walk 10,000 miles and not put her down. She wants them to come in as a freaking hero. She can be fine without them, but whoever she ends up with will be the person she views as her hero. And the only way they can establish that role in her life is if they can come in this confident. Now, remember, if you watch part 1, you will see that the first card out was intention and a magic wand. It was somebody who is basically in the sun's energy. They are taking charge. They are ready to do this. Damn good thing, because that's the only thing that will get her back, is they really have to be 10,000% ready to devote themselves to her. And maybe that sounds like over the top, but that's what we got on these cards. I mean, he's literally carrying her, but they're carrying the sun. This is like, I will protect you and I will protect this. You are my person. I have not been there for you. And she's like, yeah, I've made my life a success, but you're absolutely right. You have not been there for me. So what are you going to do to fix that? Show me that you will devote yourself to making sure it's me who's your priority. It's us. It's our connection, that we have to fan this flame, and it has to be delicate, and we have to take care of it if we're going to have another chance at this. And there can be no other flames anywhere else. It is, you have to prove to me that it's only me that you have eyes for. It's only me that you would dedicate yourself to. Sorry, this is one of those stories. I'm not changing this, my language on this. I know it comes off as like super intense. It's because that's what I see on the card. I'm not going to soften the storyline and say that it's less than that, because those other wands are just smolders And the only thing these two are doing is focusing on this light of the sun between them, and he is carrying her because he did hurt her, he did wound her, so he better come in and be her hero, or she's not having any of it. That's what it looks like to me. Our final card, the Empress to the Emperor. No joke. Is this not like the greatest way for a story like this? This is divine counterparts. When one divine counterpart hurts another one, like I said, it didn't crack her and destroy her, but she carried on and she made her life a success. But in no way has this been right. In no way have they treated her decently. And that's the thing. For this person to really be her match, this person has to be 110% her match, and her match only. This is like nothing will part these two again. And there has to be a belief that they can both trust each other, of that you are my emperor, I am your empress, and no one, there's not even a hint of anything else that'll ever come between us. Now, we saw in part one, that's basically what this person was saying. I cleaned up my mess, and this is what I'm coming in with, and this is how I've always felt about you, and this is why I didn't come in sooner, because I had to be able to step up and be a full-on emperor. I can't have you, who I want to be totally committed to, but I have other obligations elsewhere. There's no way that I could have done that to someone like you. I had to finish cleaning up my mess and then 10,000% be invested here. That's basically how this storyline is ending as well. Is what's been going on with the queen while they were away, and how does this storyline go? I mean, at minimum, the queen ends up with an emperor. The queen ends up with a hero that matches her own hero's heart, because these two are both like the strongest and best versions of themselves. And I think that's why they want a partner that they can invest in fully, a partner that I can trust you with my life, you can trust me with your life. These two don't cheat on each other. These two don't have other interests. These two are like the ultimate power couple. This is the kind of romance that these types of people end up in. They don't mess around. They don't lower themselves to, play mind games. It's like the only kind of partner I'll match with is the one who matches my own level of integrity and the way I operate. These two operate at a very high level. So good for them for finding each other. Whomever this is, maybe it's not the person from part one, but this is who the queen's going to end up with. We know that because she wouldn't take less than that. Not even to like allow this person to like come in and give her like a halfway's explanation or anything like that. She said the blueprints are here, but unless you come in, take charge, and you show me your utter devotion to us, then I will find someone else. She's not shy about saying, I can't have less than an emperor. I won't. That is a strong, strong set of characters in this. And kind of like refreshing. Like there's no question marks in this storytelling, right? Okay, as always, this is storytelling. I am not a psychic. I don't tell anybody how their life is going to go, how it needs to go. I don't give life advice. I simply tell the story. To me, you know what this reminded me of? Like in The Princess Bride, Princess Buttercup, and was it Wesley? Yeah. It's a little of that storyline is what I got out of this. So great story. Anyway, you guys take care, and thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for giving this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy my storytelling, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.